So we just bought this new Ranger. We're gonna go for a ride. The first ride. I just got it off the trailer right there, and my dad's gonna be the driver, and I'm gonna talk to you about why I bought it. I had a Ranger 570, and just a standard. Nothing special about it. And we upgraded to this. Let me give you. This is a Crew 1000 XP with power steering, EPS, electronic power steering. I plow a couple people's driveways in the winter. I live in a neighborhood where there's a fair amount of older people, and a lot of them like to have their driveways plowed, whether they're leaving or not. Last year I plowed my neighbor's driveway probably a dozen times, and they only left maybe 6 of the times. They just want to know that it's plowed and an ambulance can get in and out if they need to. And so for that, I didn't have power steering on the last one. So just a chain of events that led to me being able to get this. And this one has power steering. We went with the premium top of the line one because we don't plan on getting another one anytime soon. We didn't plan on getting rid of the 570, but my dad had a Polaris Sportsman. Let's go for a ride. I'll talk while we go. My dad had a Polaris Sportsman. It didn't really wasn't suited that well for him. They had a Polaris Sport. It's still in low range. There we go. Hi. See, it's got 1.3 miles. Practically. I mean, it is brand new. Absolutely brand new. It's 2019, but the 2020 is exactly the same. The 2020 Premium 1000 is exactly the same vehicle.
Really easy steering.
And the EPS is, so turning around in these driveways, especially with a longer Ranger, is going to be more of a challenge. That's why I wanted the electronic power steering. So, what was I just talking about?
Plowing.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, my dad had a Polaris Sportsman that just wasn't, it was hard for him to get on and off of, so he sold that. He bought my Ranger 570, and then that led us to getting this. We use the Ranger 570 all the time. The neighborhood I live in has a little beach that we can go to, a marina, and there's a playground the kids love to go to. The Ranger 570 full size was getting a little bit small for me, my wife, and 2 kids all on one seat. So, as you can see, there's a whole extra seat. This will fit 6. I don't know. We just use the Ranger all the time, so I wanted to make it worth it. This time, I don't want to have to regret, not buying a big enough, not going big enough or anything with it. So that's why we went and got the XP 1000. A little bit more, but in the long run, it'll be what I want. So now I still have to get all the accessories like the windshield, the roof, and everything like that. But I'll get that in time. Yeah, it's super quiet. I don't know if you can hear anything but wind noise probably right now. The wind is probably louder than the engine. It's real quiet. It's got cup holders all over the place. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the front, and at least 4 in the back. I think so, 2 in the back, and then 8 in the front. So cup holders all over the place. It's quiet. It's since it's a premium, it's pre-wired for a lot of things like a winch. I don't know. It's nice. It's real nice. So we'll use this. We'll see. Like, right up here to the right is the playground. The kids love coming here. And another good thing we have that I'm going to use this for is for Halloween. This neighborhood, not everybody participates really in Halloween, so it's a long walk. So we toss the kids in side by side. We take them around the neighborhood to the different houses, and we have a neighborhood yard sale. It's fun to take the Ranger around to it. There's the playground for the kids. So I don't know. This also has what work, standard, and performance modes. My other Ranger didn't have any of that, and it also didn't have this. It only had 2- and 4-wheel drive, which, since we spend a lot of time on hard roads like this, I'm really glad this has the right here what would be considered a turf mode. It's only one wheel is actually pushing it instead of 2. You could feel the other Ranger, the 570, bind up a little bit when you're on roads because it's 2 wheels engaged all the time. So yeah, it does. I don't know if you can see this. It's probably 40 foot, and we just made the turn without any problem. But yeah, so this has just a lot of little features that my other Ranger didn't have. This one also has a ton of cargo capacity under the seats, and I'll show you that here in a minute. A ton of cargo capacity, where my Ranger 570 only had a glove box, which was about that size. So this has that. Another compartment here. It's got storage there. It's got a bin here. Another cup holder. One over there. So it's got just a ton more. And then I'll end up putting a winch switch right here. One of those cutouts, maybe a light bar on it at some point. I'm not going to go nuts. I just need it for plowing and riding around the neighborhood. So standard equipment, windshield, roof. I don't know. I put a heater in my Ranger 570. I'm not sure that I'll do that to this one because it's not really needed so often. This one has real nice rims and larger tires than the Ranger 570. The Ranger 570 just had steel rims, your bare bones, nothing special. But there's another Polaris right there. It did everything I needed it to do. I don't know. Looking back, I'm not sure that I would have bought a more expensive Ranger at the time anyways, because we were just, we had 2 kids that were, we still have kids, but we had 2 kids that were a lot younger. They were like 1 and 2 and 3, and just, to shell out $8,000 for something that you don't have to have was a big expense at the time. But now that we know, we use it so much, and it makes me a little bit of money in the winter plowing. So it was worth it for us to go ahead and step up to a bigger machine and with a little bit more features on it. I don't know, it's all stuff that you got to take into account if you're thinking about buying one. But it rides real smooth, and I'm sure we're going to be happy with it for a long time. When I bought my Ranger 570 in 2016, they only offered 6 months of a warranty. Now with the Rangers, the new Rangers have an entire year of warranty. So that's nice. It gives you a little more coverage. I don't expect anything to go wrong with it. Nothing ever happened to my 570, but it's nice to know that you're covered a little bit more in the long run. So I'll come back after we're back, and I will show you the different storage on it here in a minute. Okay, so another thing I forgot to mention is what they told me at the dealership is that this is a Polaris Ranger XP 1000 Premium. the new Polaris Rangers 2019 and going forward, there's going to be two different versions. There's going to be, it'll still look like this, but they're doing away with the 900. Now they're going to have a 1000 standard and a 1000 premium. The 1000 standard is only 60 horsepower. The 1000 premium is 86 horsepower. He said it's going to be hard to tell people that, yeah, it's the same engine basically, but they're both 1000 cc's, but one only makes 60 horsepower and one makes 86 horsepower. He said, so that's going to be confusing, the standard versus the premium going forward. But you'll know that if it's the premium Ranger, it's 86 horsepower. This is the 86 horsepower one. So let's go over some of the storage. There's storage. There's a little hand clip right there. A real deep pocket there, and the seat can come off completely if you want it to. There's that, and then the back seat lifts forward, no clip, just a little push connection, and under that is the is a little storage unit. And then on the other side, put that in there. Over here, I will show you, it flips up this way, and under here is the battery. Take this little container up, battery, and then the fuel tank is under there. Some storage there. You can place a 5-gallon bucket right there. It's got a little cutout for it. I believe you can shut this down on top of the 5-gallon bucket. And then in the front, same setup, spot for a 5-gallon bucket and more storage that pops out of here. Nothing real big under here. There's two on top are the breather, or like the for the air cleaner, and then heating lines that come up here to the radiator in the front. Let's see what's under here. Just the breathers for the air, some the coolant. These are, I believe, battery bus for things, Polaris accessories. And then we'll go back to the back. If I can get this on. Okay, and then back in the back here, there's enough room for 4 buckets lined up side by side. I don't know if you use it on a farm and you got to feed cattle corn, or you feed deer some corn. There's plenty of room to put buckets, or who knows, whatever you need a bucket for. And then these different slots here, you can put 2x4s, 2x6s, whatever, to section off the bed if you have a specific application. From what I understand, this is supposed to be able to pull 2,500 pounds. And then bed capacity looks like the bed capacity is maximum cargo 600, crew 1000 is 1,000 pounds. So 1,000 pounds of cargo. Yep. So all in all, it's real nice. We put a couple more miles on since I started filming. I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm glad that I had the opportunity to upgrade. I don't know. I hope this video helps you. Maybe, goes over a few things that you've been thinking about. Who knows? If you could do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, like the video, anything like that, I would really appreciate. Thank you for watching.